The iPhone 13 is finally here and available to buy for $799, unlike iPhone 12, which is available for $699. Now, of course, iPhone 13 is better than iPhone 12, there is no doubt about it, but the question, is iPhone 13 worth the extra $100 over iPhone 12, is still there. So in today's video, we will compare both phones and tell you which phone you should buy. If you already own an iPhone 12 and are now considering upgrading to iPhone 13, you might think, is it a smart choice or not? All these questions are answered in detail in this video, so watch till the end and let's get started. Each year, we see insane benchmark results, and each year one iPhone model is considered the best by most users, offered in a popular size with a pleasing feature set and at a price point that fits most budgets. Theoretically, the iPhone 13 would occupy that position now. While for most people the iPhone 13 offers an excellent value at $799, some fans would still consider the iPhone 12, which is $100 less, especially if you don't need the latest features. Now here is where things get interesting. Does a regular individual need those extra features in the new iPhone? Or, put it simply, is the $100 more over iPhone 12 for iPhone 13 worth it? To find that out, let's compare the specs of both phones first, side by side. So as you can see, the latest iPhone 13 is rocking the A15 BIONIC chip versus the A14 BIONIC in the iPhone 12. Now, how good is the new A15 BIONIC over A14? We need to know that. Apple did something pretty unusual when talking about the iPhone 13's processor, and it compared the new A15 BIONIC's performance to the competition rather than to the A14 BIONIC used by the previous generation of the iPhone 12. According to Apple, this is likely because it can make more compelling arguments against the competition, while comparisons to the A14 BIONIC may not be as important in Apple's eyes. So in actual testing by the reviewers, the A15 processor in the iPhone 13 provides a small 11% performance increase over the A14 BIONIC chip in the iPhone 12. In addition, the iPhone 13 Pro reveals a modest but significant improvement. This new processor, like the A14 BIONIC that it succeeds, has 6 CPU cores, 2 of which are high performance, 4 of which are efficient, a 4-core graphics processor, and a 16-core neural engine. The iPhone 13 has 1 less GPU core than the iPhone 13 Pro, although the change shouldn't be noticeable in anything other than high-end games and applications. While the geeks point out the obvious CPU performance boost, the reality is that for several generations now, the iPhone has been more than capable of handling everyday tasks such as social media access, camera use, internet browsing, online chatting, video calls, and other similar activities. The iPhone 12 is more than capable of doing these activities, as well as more demanding ones such as processing videos and playing games. On the other hand, if the iPhone is a critical component of your job, for example, if you work in professional video, audio, and picture production, you can never have enough speed, and the iPhone 13 helps you meet your requirements. So the answer is pretty simple. If you are a tech-savvy professional person, go with the iPhone 13. Otherwise, iPhone 12 would still be the best for you. You won't notice any major improvement, and iPhone 12 would easily carry out your daily tasks without any delay. Now, let's compare the design and color of the two phones, because the design is also very important. It is not just about the specs or speed, but before we move forward, please hit the like button if you're enjoying this video. At the first look, it's very much possible that you won't be able to distinguish between the iPhone 12 and iPhone 13 models. The flat-edge design is identical in both phones, and the only difference between the two devices is that the iPhone 13 is somewhat thicker. There are 3 main changes that you will notice. Number 1. The 2 lenses on the back camera bump are oriented vertically on the iPhone 12, while the iPhone 13 displays them in a diagonal fashion. Number 2. The iPhone 13 is a little heavier than the iPhone 12 by 0.4 ounces. Number 3. The color availability is also different. Both versions have different shades of color, even though they have the same name on both models. The buttons on the iPhone 13 are also somewhat lower than those on the iPhone 12, which you'll notice when you hold the device in your hand. Even though it takes some time getting used to, it's essential to note that an iPhone 12 case will not fit correctly on the iPhone 13 because of this change. Next important thing we have is the display of both phones. Both iPhone 12 and 13 have a 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR display with a 2532 by 1170 pixel resolution at 460 pixels per inch, a 2,000,000:1 contrast ratio, True Tone, and P3 color compatibility. The iPhone 13 is, however, 28% brighter, with the usual maximum brightness of 800 nits compared to the iPhone 12, which is rated at 625 nits. However, the HDR maximum brightness of both the phones is 1200 nits. The most noticeable aesthetic difference is that the iPhone 13 has a reduced notch, which allows for more screen to be shown at the top. But since Apple did not use the extra screen in iOS 15, It is essentially a dead area that adds nothing to the iOS experience, so you get the same display on both these devices. The iPhone 13 also misses the fancy 120Hz refresh rate, so remember that as well. Now this is the favorite part for most people. Yes, we are going to talk about iPhone 13 cameras versus iPhone 12 cameras. And this is where the iPhone 13 is quite different from iPhone 12 in a manner that could influence your choice. The additional camera capabilities might convince those who are serious about their pictures and videos to upgrade to the latest model. The diagonal orientation of the iPhone 13's rear camera lenses is essential for Apple to include a sensor shift optical image stabilization technology inside the device. It is an improvement above the basic optical image stabilization found in the iPhone 12. The primary camera specifications on both phones are the same, 12 megapixels wide and ultra wide, but the main camera has a bigger sensor for improved low light performance. The front cameras have identical specifications, however, the iPhone 13 selfie camera is equipped with support for the iPhone 13's new features. Photographic Styles, a new function on the iPhone 13, allows users to change color tones without disturbing skin tones. When you use the rich contrast style, the shadows and colors of a picture become darker and richer. The vibrant style enhances the vibrancy of images, while the warm style enhances the golden tones, and the cool style draws attention to the blue hues. The iPhone 13 also features cinematic mode, which is not available in iPhone 12. Now this works at a resolution of 1920 by 1080 at a frame rate of 30 frames per second. The iPhone 13 is the device of choice for those who place a high value on their photographic skills. Photographers and filmmakers who want to do more with their pictures and films will benefit from the improved cameras and additional features available. However, if your photo needs are more limited to pictures and short video clips, the iPhone 12 still has a fantastic camera which will be more than enough for you. So, the final verdict. The iPhone 13 brings the standard model one step closer than ever before to becoming a professional level tool. Creative users now have additional tools at their disposal, such as new camera capabilities, enhanced picture stabilization, and cinematic mode. In addition, the battery life and processing power are both sufficient for such a demanding usage. And if you want as much capacity as possible for your money, the iPhone 13 is a better choice since it has 128 gigs of storage as standard and a 512 gig variant. However, the iPhone 12 is still a fantastic phone, and it's the better choice if your needs are more straightforward. As for the processor, the A14 BIONIC is still quite fast, so there's no need to worry about it being out of date. If you're upgrading from an earlier iPhone, you'll receive a substantial performance boost while spending $100 less than the iPhone 13. If you don't need the newest and greatest, the iPhone 12 is a great choice, and well, if you need it, you've probably already purchased the iPhone 13 Pro, right? So we hope you've got your answers by now. This wraps up our video. We would like your thoughts in the comments section. Which phone do you prefer? Let us know about it, and before you go, make sure you have subscribed to the channel and press the bell icon because we will be bringing you such helpful and interesting videos. So stay tuned and see you in the next one.